money did you make? How much money?
171.
Okay, so 171. So if you made 120 million instead of 171, and you were able to get a ring, would you not trade that 120 versus 170 for the ring? I just want
50 million for a ring?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Don't you?
I would.
You crazy as
I would.
You crazy.
I would.
Hey,
120 million.
crazy as
Ring,
ain't 50 million worth no ring.
I would.
They said that right here 10 grand. No.
Me, it's not about me. Robert Orr is never gonna be like, I won. He's gonna say, man, I was on teams that won. And I made 54 million in my career. It may not be good to him, but for me, to make 54 and to win?
It's a different perspective.
You know, and you know what? I can go buy NBA rings right now on sale from players who won, but because they wasn't the best player, they was on that team, they got to sell that ring for this thing called money.
He putting that music loud as hell on them TikTok.
Let me ask: did she ask? Will he go from 170 to 120 in order to compete for a ring?
No.
Was that the question?
No, the question was 120 with a ring or 170 no ring.
Yeah.
So would he? Basically, what I said.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
No, you said just to compete. Like I thought, what you were saying was just a chance to get a
So
ring.
I'm sorry. So 170 to be Gilbert Arenas or 120 to be Kyrie Irving. Is basically the question, right?
I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's essentially the question. And that's why Gilbert Arenas is a fucking clown and didn't win shit. That mentality that you've been had. That's why you're a fucking loser with bad knees. You're a rich loser. I give you that. You're rich. Rich as fuck. You see this clip? You lapped for days around me with talent and money, but we still got the same amount of rings. You loser. So if you're going to tell me you wouldn't rather have 120 and a legacy outside of old Negro hymns talking with your boys that also ain't fucking won, that talk about how great you were for 4 years, that's so amazing. 120 million, you still have life-changing money, and you're a fucking winner. What the fuck are we doing, bro? Any nigga that says no is a liar or a loser.
Dama, let me ask you this, because I feel like I just want to figure out what the line is for y'all, because I talked about this on my stream a decent amount today. Would you rather have 20 mil and 3 rings or $300 million?
$300 million, easy. What are we talking about? what are we talking about? 300 mil versus 20 mil is definitely a way bigger difference than 170 and 120. 170 no ring and 120 as a champion. I feel like, yo, that 50 million, you can put that. Niggas saying, bro, that's 50 mil. You will make that shit up in endorsements, nigga. Like, I promise you.
No, let's not. Don't look at it from that.
If you're 120, but if you're
don't do the makeup shit.
If you're $120 million player, you're going to get commercial.
Damo.
Okay, we're playing in 1970.
It's a bad way to look at it.
I got you. Don't make it up. Regardless, if you don't make it up, that just lies to if you feel comfortable with 120 mil versus nigga, I need all my dollars, all my M's. That 50 million, hey man, I know I can fuck up money, so I need the most money possible. So I just can't fuck up all of it. Like I don't see it as that.
I ain't
I don't know. Or you can just take it. Niggas is losers. There you go. Niggas
To me,
is Carmelo Anthony.
I said 20 mil because number one, I feel like 20 mil only looks bad because 300 million is on the table. I feel like I'm gonna be on some competitive ass teams playing some really good ass basketball in that scenario. And then in terms of the checks I need to cash in, I don't even need to cash in the checks. I just need to hit a couple threes. Tim Duncan's gonna cash in my checks. Kobe's gonna cash in my checks. And I'm gonna live a good life. I'll be chilling.
I think the legacy shit is bullshit. Because in reality, at some point in time, everybody in this world becomes meaningless, and you only matter to a certain amount of people. There are only a handful of people that will, like, not outlive human existence, but will continue to be as famous as human existence ever. Think about how many like rock and roll stars there were during Elvis's time that weren't Elvis, but that were just doing rock and roll. How many pop stars, famous athletes, politicians, artists, etc., etc., etc. And to us, they mean nothing. They mean nothing to us. Maybe to a select group of people, and that shit dies down as time goes on. They don't mean a goddamn thing. They really don't. Now, what you can't take away is them dollars when it makes sense, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can't take that shit away, man. So I don't know, man. I need that money. There's literally, we would be having to talk about like $1 million maybe in order for me to really consider. All right, I would probably put down. I would take the lesser money in order for the ring.
So in that scenario in the clip, the 120 with 1 ring versus 170, you're taking the 170.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he said $1 million.
Yeah. No, I'm just interested to see where that line is.
You think I give a fuck about Avery Johnson? I'll tell you one thing. That nigga Harden, fucking bucket, nigga.
And that nigga Harden has fun. Look, I'm of a different perspective, and that's why I phrased the question differently on Twitter. Because I think ultimately, when he brings up Robert Horry and shit like that, I even would say, nah, you're insane. Like, I don't give a fuck about being Big Shot Rob versus a literal, like, third of a billionaire. Like, fuck you. But, like you care about people way too much. But I will say this, and this is where I said on Souls' call, and you know how shit is, niggas didn't really one ear out the other with what I was saying. But I feel like there's a certain level of, like, pride. There's a certain level of, like realizing what you've worked towards. And then honestly, it's a bit of reality too. Niggas want to feel like they accomplished something, right? So let's say you're Luka Doncic. Like, you are Luka. You are as good as Luka, and there are 2 time paths. One path, you will make $100 million with 10 rings, and you will be clear cut, no debate. Everybody calls you to go, and you have 100 mils in your motherfucking account. And then there's another timeline where, that nigga Cuban's a menace. He don't ever build around you the right way, but you get paid. And you don't have to take no pay cuts, and you get like 500 mil. That situation, hell yeah. Like, some people, I fully understand taking the 500. But for me personally, my mindset on the situation is, if I worked 20 years and I'm playing a competition, I can't handle losing. And I'm sorry, that's gonna make me sound immature. That's gonna make me sound honestly straight up stupid. But I don't live this life in terms of, hey, bro, I'm always gonna make the optimal play, optimal business decision. I can't fathom working hard as I possibly can my whole career, my whole life, and just being a fucking failure. And then just knowing I could have been quite literally the peak at said profession. So at that point, I'm like, fuck it. And granted, 400 mil is like insane. But like, y'all see what I'm saying in terms of, like, maybe I should have said like 200 mil. But like,
but when you're making 100 mil, I'm taking
like
the rings,
that's what I'm saying. When I'm already know that I'm good, I done got paid.
That's different though.
I'm good. I got paid, and I actually accomplished something. It's not about the notoriety. It's not about the fans. Really, that's nice. I'm not gonna act like it's not nice, but it's about the fact that I know I fucking did it. That for me would be a lot of that for me would be satisfying. I would be satisfied with 100, maybe not a $400 million difference, because thinking back, 400 mil is again insane. But like double the money type shit, I definitely take it.
I just feel like for me, there's a certain dollar amount where I just don't care about making more money than that.
This is
sacrifice. Like,
I want you to know, this is you speaking currently as B Souls and not living as B Souls, who makes that type of money, who has 2 to 5 houses, who has a Range Rover Escort, not even a Range Rover Escort, but the Benz truck Escort, crazy shoe, like this. There's a difference. I will say that.
Now, Omar, I'm gonna let you and Souls cook. I will say this, and I said this on Souls Call as well. A lot of motherfuckers that are in this conversation, well, no matter which one you choosing, you not factoring how much a meal is. Y'all niggas ain't even seen 100 bands cash in real life. Like, when I first seen that, nigga, I'm sure, like, what? Like 100. Now, I'm imagining 10 times that amount of money that I visually saw. And then let alone I seen motherfuckers live in mansions, live $1 million lifestyle. Like, y'all haven't seen that. And I'm telling you, that money talk, bro. Like, there's a reason these hoes is out here hoeing. And that, by the way, the 100K is not my account. Fuck no. But like, there's a reason these hoes be hoeing. There's a reason why everybody would do a lot of shit for the fucking money. It's crazy to even imagine. So, but that's why when Soul says, "Hey, yo, if I got 54 of them things, I'm not really calling them stupid, but I ain't passing up for so much money. I ain't passing up for so much. There's a limit."
Yeah.
If we're talking in a basketball context, it's very simple concept. You either care about winning or you just care about you don't care about winning. That's it. You care about winning if winning is the utmost important thing, because you're going to get paid. You're in the NBA. You're going to get paid regardless. But you care about winning, or you're Jokic, nigga. This is just a job. There's more. I got shit to do outside of this. I got family. You're John Collins, nigga. I know I'm not about to be in the finals. I'm not in an All-Star game. Give me my bread, nigga. I'm Jaylen Brown just signed for $300 million. He was not thinking about winning when he signed that contract. He wasn't. Winning was not on his mind when he signed for that $300. So that's really what it comes down to. And a lot of niggas, Gilbert Arenas, aren't winners. A lot of niggas is losers. A lot of niggas were successful losers. There's some successful losers out there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not.
Yeah, people are pulling isn't making the 100 mil a success. It is. Isn't making 100 mil winning. It is. But we know at the end of the day, the goal of basketball is to have more points at the end. Like, don't be obtuse.
Winning at the game of life, but you still got to play basketball, nigga. And hey, you can win in life all you want. Nigga, when you walking up that court like Damian Lillard every year with a fucking L, nigga, hey, all that winning in life is going to catch up to you eventually. Jerry West lost 9 times in a row. Jerry West lost 9 times in a row. When he won, he didn't give a fuck because he lost 9 times in a row, nigga. That shit is draining.
And Jerry West has to work right now. So,
well, that was a different era. I wasn't.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
he was playing before crack.
Yeah,
he was playing before crack was.
I get it.
He was playing before coke and crack was in the NBA.
My thing about this conversation, and I've seen this dumbass shit on the timeline before. It's the same conversation to put it in more relative terms. Would you rather own your own business and make $70K a year or whatever owning your own business, or would you rather work a 9 to 5 and make like 130, 120? And to me, it's always gonna be a clear answer. Just gotta go with the money, man. I'm not doing it for the dick suck of other folks. I can't do it for the meat ride of other people to say, hey man, you noble man, you running your own business. First and foremost, a lot of people don't run their own business. That shit is a headache. It's a grind. It's a nuisance. It's sleepless nights, all that stuff. So just to hear somebody else validate me does not sound good. Second of all, hey man, it's too comfortable on this other side. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not saying this about their pockets. I'm not counting their pockets or whatever. James Harden and Robert Horry will not have the same problem. Juwan Howard, and I'll put it in more relative perspective. Juwan Howard and Robert Horry have different sets of problems. Juwan Howard made 100 and something mil. Robert Horry didn't make 100 and something mil. And that's cool, man. But
I feel like that's a weird argument to make, though, for like the owning a business person, because they're not gonna when you ask someone that question, they're almost all the time they're gonna say, yeah, I'm doing this because I enjoy what I'm doing, not for the dick suck of other people. So to say that they're doing it for the validation of other people, I just feel like that's kind
nobody would ever admit to the validation of other people. And I don't know if you see this stuff. I know, especially in the Black community, we see this all the time. People that I'm gonna kill them, but people that have, like, I don't want to say illegitimate businesses, but bullshit ass businesses be putting CEO in their bio, entrepreneur in their bio. I'm a business owner. As a business owner during Business Owner Awareness Month, to me that means you're doing it for the validation of others. You're only doing that because you run a bullshit business. I know you run a bullshit business.
So
go ahead.
So here's my thing, and this is where I thought about it even longer, and this is where I realized some people are low-key hypocrites in the situation. And by the way, I know Omar is not, because I know his answer to this 100%. And I'm actually curious on how other YouTubers will answer this, because I'm gonna make a YouTube analogy out of it. Y'all let me know if it's trash, because I'm not the best at analogies. Let's say there's Mr. Beast, Chris Smooth. Now let's go to Gauntlet. Let's say Mr. Beast hates making the content he makes, but he is obviously CPM Hall of Fame, RPM Hall of Fame. Long story short, for those that don't know what those are, that motherfucker, any video he uploads, 100 mil. Let's just run with it. And then let's take Chris Smoove, and let's say you're Chris Smoove with Mr. Beast views, but you're still making Chris Smoove money. But let's say in this universe, one more obstacle, everybody recognizes Chris Smoove as the greatest user of all time. Like it's 100%. Who would you rather be in that situation? You're making the content you want, you have the recognition that you want in terms of being a YouTuber, but you're not making Mr. Beast money, even though you getting Mr. Beast views.
I need the money.
I'm taking Chris Smoove because Chris Smoove is still making a shit ton of money and having fun.
So that's basically how I view the question. And when a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, I'm taking the money," I already know that's somewhat capped because, I'm not even doing the fuck keep the buck thing, right? Like war on pause for 30 seconds. I'd call it capped because I know for a fact there are people that are watching this pod that watch our solo channels and want to do this content creator shit, and I know they want to do this content creator shit their way, kind of like how I am, like right, like they want to do the shit their fucking way. So I know for a fact. If you knew for a fact, if you just gave your little tutorials on how to fix phones or some shit, you might be at 12K subs, making more than fucking Souls and Sage at 200K compared to how them RPM, CMPMs could possibly work out. But I know you don't want to be doing that. So I feel like it's always a somewhat true bluff in these conversations. And we just talking basketball, so it's easy to bluff it. But in terms of that life shit, it's a tough comp. It's a tough question.
This is just my last point on it. I feel like the conversation would be so much different if the question is, would you rather be rich or be broke and have fun? My thing is with this conversation, that's not the conversation. It's would you rather be rich or less rich and have more fun? So I feel like at that point I'm gonna take option B, but
less rich and have a lot more fun. Yeah, that's always the easier answer.
Yeah,
be more rich,
and especially if I'm putting up 30 points per game in this scenario where I'm making 170 or whatever. Hey man, put me in that. Let me go ahead and get the typewriting. Be the hottest thing smoking. I think, and now we can move on after this. And
biggest what if of all time.
No, but ultimately the way that I see it is like, because James Harden to me is a really perfect example. I don't think nobody's ever gonna dick suck James Harden because he lost. Why? Although he's had career failures, why? They got the Warriors to compete with. If we didn't have the Warriors to compete with, if we didn't have LeBron to compete with, we'd be having a different conversation.
You think that?
Or you have the nigga, you have the old head like me. Let me tell y'all a story about a player. 2 players. One player had it all. Had the bitches, the hoes, had the team, had the money. But the nigga was a loser. Second player had the bitches, had the hoes, and the rings. His name's Klay Thompson. You can be Klay Thompson.
And let me be clear when I say this though. I'm specifically talking about to the people that would matter to them. Our opinion does not matter to James Harden. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, now that's a fucking fact. You can't be a sensitive fucking make this.
So somebody could do it, but he not gonna see you at the gas station that you telling this story at when you're hanging on the corner with your boys. He's not gonna be at the same barbershop. He'll never hear us. But when he's in those rooms with people, ain't nobody finna be like, James, and it really matter. Nigga, James Harden fuck a lot of bitches. James Harden made a lot of shots.
That part.
James Harden made a lot of money. If he wanted to stop today and spend recklessly for a long time, he could. Unless he buying islands every 2 months.
Yeah, none of them niggas hear your comments today. Hear your comment. We all seen that video of Dame coming off that bus. Dame, you fucking trash. Fuck you, say. That's all it takes. They don't hear it until they hear it. When they get the chance to hear, Dwight, you suck. No, say it to my face. Come down here. Say it to my face. He got all the money in the world, Omar. He's still mad you said he sucked.
Dwight and no disrespect to Dwight.
I will say Dwight is in a different. Yeah, I see what Dwight's doing. I don't want to come down and find out anything.
You want to talk about playmaking? Let's really break it down.
No. What I'm finna say is, and again, no disrespect to Dwight. He might got some money, whatever. Dwight is in Thailand. James will never have to play in Thailand.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, y'all niggas.
Them knees go bad. Hey,
that's the one outlier. That's the one outlier. The same way we nixed Damo's idea of making the money back. I feel like it's only fair that we kind of have to somewhat imply, like, yo, you living a $300 million lifestyle, and you better know how to. You better know how to write off a $300 million lifestyle. You're gonna be right back out on the street, and nobody like your ass.
I'm just not high maintenance, dude. I could live good off $2 million a year.
Yeah, I knew
Easy.
your answer. I knew
Easy,
I knew
man.
Omar answer.
I think cars are overrated. I think big houses are overrated. So
You ain't never had no car and no big house.
I'm
Though.
gonna say, hold on now.
Minimalist.
I don't know about cars.
You ain't never had no car. And
no, but
big
like that
house.
whole like mansion with like 12 rooms, this, that, and the third. No, I'm good, man.
Yeah, that shit's over. 12 rooms is overrated, but
Yeah.
7.
we don't make that
I'm
money.
cool with 5. I'm cool with
We don't
5.
make that money. And again, they're gonna come to you and tell you, hey, you need to spend some of this money now. If you got the option to have your imagination run wild because you have the money to make it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be that person because at this current state I am, I wouldn't do it. But if you get to that point, you're gonna do it. One, because it's fun. Two, because you're gonna have to. Like when they tell you, what you gonna say to them Bezos? Nah, I'm gonna keep my 3-bedroom. You can take it, Uncle Sam. That's what you gonna say to them?
No.
All right then, get the
He's just
fucking
gonna
Rari.
he's just gonna put his money where he wants to put his money.
Yeah. Doesn't have to
What
be.
does that mean? Where he gonna put it? Where he gonna put it? Because I'm
Nigga,
about
V-Bucks. I
I'll make
don't know where
another
he's
business.
putting-
What the fuck?
I'll expose him right now.
I'll make another business.
You gonna make another business? At some point in time,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have time to. All right, so you gonna let somebody else take your money?
Type shit.
So at the end
Return
of
on
the day,
investment, man.
you gonna have somebody take your money regardless. It's just not gonna be Uncle Sam.
All right, Mr. Capitalist. That's not a capitalist. This is crazy, bro.
It'd be like that though. It'd
This
be
is
like
crazy, man.